Anyone know what I'm talking about when I say that?
We're in first place in the frickin' Idiot League.
Bill O'Reilly rant about going live. Bill O'Reilly.
Really?
It's so funny. He touches on TV. It's hilarious.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn it.
The Idiots Talk Sports Show. Sports talk. Funny and uncensored.
Woo! Hey, all right. We are back in the saddle again. We are the Idiots Talk Sports, also known as Tits. I am Chance Del Fuego. With me is Stephen Mann. And
Yes,
behind the curtain, Special K is with us, of course. We're in some muggy, crappy, coldy, windy, shitty, goofy weather here in Oklahoma City. It's moist.
Moist?
It's moist.
Oh, it's rather moist
And
around here.
it's a cold moist
Oh,
here.
it's the worst kind of moist.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I prefer a warm moist.
Cold moist
personally.
with the wind. That's not good. It's never good. And that's what we're experiencing today here in the beautiful OKC,
Nothing worse than a cold wind
where the
while you're in
meth
the
comes
cold,
sweeping
moist.
down the plains. Am I right?
The meth?
Yeah.
Yeah, the meth.
The meth comes sweeping down the plains.
It spreads very easily around
And
here.
the waving meth, it's on your breath. Okay. Sometimes the improvisation
Are we live?
happens.
We are live.
We are live.
Looks
Good.
like we're live.
Good. Hey, thanks for watching. If you do not currently follow us, I always forget to talk about this crap. I'm trying to be better at reminding myself and you. If you do watch, if you like, if you're listening, if you're laughing, please follow us here on YouTube. If you're a carryover from Facebook, fantastic. Just follow us, click the bell. It'd be fantastic. You get notifications when we do things, when we do shows, when we just talk crazy stuff, which is seemingly all the time. I love to live in the realm of ridiculous. So
You can say that again.
I love to live in the realm of ridiculous.
Hey, it's just as true the second time.
It is.
Would you look at that?
Yes. Wait a minute. What is Groundhog Day? What's happening? I do. Man, it's so much fun.
So how hard would you punch me if I told you I've never seen Groundhog's Day?
Can we go unlive for just a moment?
That hard.
Oh, that's it right there.
Just come back live. I have this giant black eye.
Jeez.
It's like Nate.
Right. Man. So, but yeah, we have got a power-packed show for you. Won't waste a ton of time getting right into it, but I do need to let you know that we are the Idiots Talk Sports, also known as Tits, and we are brought to you in part by left-handed people. Left-handed people. Hitler's missed opportunity.
Well said, sir. Well said.
But for real, we do have a real sponsor today. That sponsor is Rose Edda's Stone. Rose Edda's Stone. We'll talk about that here a little bit later on and how she's revolutionizing the language barriers, like the industry of learning new languages.
She makes me like, I got a new perspective of like, the nuances of language through this program.
Oh, it's so many fine details.
Yeah.
And she's able to...
Like, wow, it's like I never
Hit all those
thought
points.
about it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
What a great angle.
Yeah.
So that's coming up. And, man, right to it. Last night, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr., if you didn't watch it, I'm sure you're already seeing memes. You're already seeing like a Twitter feed, something. You're getting some sort of notification from something of all the things that took place last night. They had some pre-card fights that were pretty good. Some actual like boxing, fighters.
Some actual fighters fight last
Well,
night.
I say that because we're leading up into the eventual the Jake Paul Nate Robinson fight, which of course neither one of those are between the two of them. Only one of them had actually even fought in a match one before, and that was Jake Paul.
Didn't he lose his first time? Or
No,
did he win?
he won.
No, he won.
It's
He's
another YouTuber, though.
Yeah, KSI.
right.
I thought he lost that fight. Okay.
There was some
So he beat
YouTube
KSI.
beef, which we currently don't have. I mean, we're on YouTube right now. We don't have any beef.
We need some
Well,
beef.
there's
Hey, you want anyone
there
wants some beef,
is
I'll
there
definitely
is
get some
hidden beef.
I mean, like,
Damn it, there is hidden beef. You know, some
yeah, but that's beef that doesn't
some
matter.
a-hole out there.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
a faceless a-hole.
that's like significant, unsignificant beef. Like, of all the beef, that's like the beef you use in hot dogs, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter.
That's like,
gross.
why aren't they wearing a mask? That's, you know, I don't know. That kind of beef.
Yeah, screw that beef.
Screw that beef. But last night, some good undercard fights, some interesting, like, there was no quick, like, why the hell did I just watch that? There was nothing, you know, too crazy. There was actually some decent fights that were going on, which is a great opportunity. You know, we're at the Casa del Fuego, just kind of talking, mixing it up. So it's kind of cool because you don't have to pay too much attention to what's going on, but you have some entertainment happening from the pre-fights, but you can still carry conversation and kind of do your thing. I thought it was just perfect.
Yeah, those are the
for
best
that.
atmospheres where you can have great conversation, but also you can kind of in the background watch a
Right,
fight.
right.
Yeah.
Now, things did kind of move towards the direction of, okay, we got to pay more and more attention. And that definitely took place when it came time for the Jake Paul, Nate Robinson fight. Nate Robinson, former slam dunk champion in the NBA, right?
Yeah, he was.
He was.
Through the moves like he did was very good on the dunk. I'm not even being
Yeah.
funny. I'm not even being funny. That's a great dunk.
No,
Go
fantastic.
back and watch that dunk.
Very athletic, and not one of your taller NBA players. I
He's
mean,
actually one of the shortest.
right.
Was he like 5'10", 5'11"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a typical guy, you know, he's not like your, NBA guy, like looking up here. He's a typical NBA guy.
Except for the hair.
Jake Paul actually was taller than him. Bigger frame,
6'1".
too. Bigger frame. You see them next to each other. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I was rooting for Nate Robinson.
I was too. 'Cause Jake Paul's a douche.
That's
I-
why.
maybe
that's why. That
Like,
is why.
Like, I don't know if that's a controversial thing to say. It is.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
But yeah, he's a douchebag.
We
so-
were all thinking it. We were all saying it while we're watching it.
Yeah.
So I'm rooting for Nate Robinson. But once the fight begins, you can begin immediately to tell, shit, this is going to go bad. Because Nate, I mean, don't get me wrong, he had the energy, he was wiry, he was going, you know, but like, there's times where he's going in and trying to clasp, and he's going face first right into the thing. You're like, oh, this can't end well. It won't end well.
They should have won the octagon by the sound of it.
Well, I think Jake Paul, in his mind, is really trying to be a serious boxer.
Oh yeah.
And so he doesn't look at it that
He
way.
kept saying Conor McGregor. Come on. now.
What's Conor McGregor?
You know what? I'd actually kind of want to see that fight because Conor McGregor lost pretty handily, in my opinion, to Floyd Mayweather. Like, I don't think, like, it was a little close in the first rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like, Logan Paul versus Conor McGregor, I mean, it probably lasted a couple rounds. I mean, McGregor would win.
Yeah.
Obviously. But I'd like to see how many rounds it would go. I'd be interested in seeing that.
You'd pay to see it?
Yeah, I'd see that. I
I'd
was like,
pay to
just-
see him get
just-
knocked
and
the
that's-
fuck out.
Yeah, it's like, how many rounds would that go? Because I actually think it would go several rounds.
And honestly, that's what's important because right now I feel like last night's the overall thing. I feel like that did open the door to more of these types of pay-per-views. I really do. And then you have the
like show fights.
For
Like,
good or for bad.
well, yeah, but you've got in between the fights, you've got performances by rappers, some of which I've never. That doesn't mean they're not popular. I just haven't heard of some of them.
he doesn't play the rap game.
You had this one guy. He was backing up. He was backing up a rapper, and he looked like he was fresh off of Epstein Island. But like, but we looked him up, and I think he was actually 26. What was his name? Can you remember? What's in my search history
I
here?
cannot remember.
Should I even look this up? Should I let it go?
Let it go.
Okay.
He's a young rapper guy.
He's a young rapper. He backed up a different rapper. He looked like he was. He shouldn't be allowed to drive a car. Anyway, just saying. But so yeah, there's some in betweens, and then of course in between the. And by the way, if you haven't seen it, check out the video. Jake Paul knocks Nate Robinson the fuck out. I mean,
That's what I saw.
and
Actually,
I'm talking
what I
live.
saw.
Live, it looked You could just see it coming, and when it happened, it was like, oh, damn.
Yep.
Somebody on Twitter, I forget who.
I put the picture up.
Oh, it was a burner deal. It said that was a hate crime right there.
He
Whoa,
was
yeah.
flat splayed
He is out.
Oh yeah, there was quite a bit of time where there was like no movement. So I'm sitting there going, I mean, there's like legit. I'm laughing, but at the
That's
same
crazy.
time, I'm going, hang on.
Is he okay?
I need to make sure he's moving first, like before I feel comfortable really laughing, like fully laughing at this, because that's embarrassing. If you're Nate Robinson, you don't want to go out there and get like.
There was like a reputation on Nate Robinson. Like he wasn't a pushover. Like he has a chip on his shoulder because he's short, and
No.
even in the NBA, he had a little bit of an attitude.
Yeah.
So like you going into the boxing, you think he can actually throw down maybe a little bit.
Well, and I don't
Apparently
question.
not.
Well, I don't question that he's never been in a fight before, but in a boxing ring, totally different. That's the thing.
That's all technical skill. I guess he doesn't have that.
No.
But that's
Not at
kind
all.
of it's still
Not
kind
at all.
It's still kind of sad that Jake Paul has more technical skill than Nate Robinson, though.
He's according to
Him.
his own account,
Him.
whatever. He's been training. He's been serious training.
I don't know.
He said he found his lane.
he was a boxing savant the whole time.
He did say he found his lane. I was
Well, he
kind
needs
of
to
laughing at that.
Stay in his lane.
Well, now to prepare for this fight, he abstained from sex with his girlfriend Julia Rose. We've posted pictures of her before on the show,
Today.
if you're not aware. And today, so he abstained from sex for Julia Rose. Said she was pissed about it, but was an understanding GF. And
Oh, how sweet.
I'm pretty certain after the win last night, I'm pretty certain that streak ended.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a conquering general coming back to.
Plus, it's not like he took a
bask in
ton
his
of shots
spoils.
from Nate Robinson. It's not like he's like, oh, I can't, baby. I'm kind of... No, please. Come on now.
Make me feel better, honey.
He probably like
Sort of.
oversold some of those to her. Some of those injuries. Like,
Maybe.
oh, he got me right here.
I don't know that he had to. I mean, if they went that long without sex, and then you get the excitement of winning a fight like that on pay-per-view, from the videos I saw, she was already ready. I mean, she was ready. So, from the videos I saw,
Damn.
yes, that's her. That's Julia Rose right there in the bikini.
Reminder.
Just a reminder.
Now let's take all that money away from Jake Paul and see what happens.
So, I don't know. I don't know if abstaining from sex really helps you for boxing. I know it helps if you're fighting somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. I don't know. That might actually help a lot more than the way I've built up sperm. I know it's the old Rocky fable, right? Rocky, hey, you're gonna stay away from Adrian. That's how he sounded. He played the Penguin later on in life.
You say so.
Burgess Meredith, he's dead. He was.
I thought Danny DeVito played the Penguin.
He did.
Yeah, young bastard.
Okay.
There's been multiple Jokers.
The TV show, Penguin.
There's been multiple Penguins.
Yeah.
I didn't know of any other Penguin played on live video besides, or live movies besides Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
What
I'm
other
really
mo-
old.
What movie
He was the
was
TV
it?
show. The TV show.
He was a TV show that man.
Oh.
Like Adam West.
Adam West. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, so yeah.
Robin.
I kind of forgot about that show. I know it existed. I've actually seen an episode or two of it. But
The Penguin's at it again. It's kind of.
you watched that show?
Yeah. Hello. That was Batman. Shit.
Huh.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I'm old.
Good for you.
Whatever. Whatever. I watched it.
You're not that old. It's all right.
I enjoyed it. I remember thinking, damn, Catwoman's sexy. And she only kept getting sexier.
Every version.
This may sound blasphemy.
Yes.
But I think the sexiness of Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman is overrated.
That is
Back in the
blasphemy.
day,
That's a hot take.
Yeah, but I never understood.
Should we excuse him
I
from
never
this show?
I never understood the hype because the suit just looked really weird to me, like the stitchiness of it, and it just didn't look nice. I mean, yeah,
It was
it was.
homemade. It was homemade.
It kind of reminded me of a gimp suit.
But that's what they were going for. They have the scene where she's putting it
stitching it.
together
Yeah.
herself.
Well, I'm not into gimp shit. I'm not into the gimpiness. Like, I don't want to be wearing leather while having sex. Like, it's not my thing. It sounds uncomfortable and sweaty, and I'd get a rash. I'd rather have a good time having sex. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Oh my gosh.
She's wearing the leather, so it'll be all right. And I'm sure there's zippers in certain places.
Then I would chafe.
I don't know who all's watching now or later, but I will formally apologize for that take.
I regret nothing. I regret nothing.
You're feeling right now the way I felt about my hot take, apparently, on Thanksgiving, that deviled eggs are shit. I was the only person that thought that.
I'm with you on that.
Thank you.
No, honestly, I think
God.
I've been the only one in my life so far, and I just met you. Holy cow.
This was meant to be.
Like, I got food poisoning from deviled eggs when I was younger,
Oh.
and I've never had I've not had one deviled
That's
egg
a good reason.
since then.
That's a good reason.
But no,
Mine is they just taste like shit
This has
to
been
me.
well. This has been a decade in the making. I haven't had a deviled egg in over 10 years.
I thought I didn't even think when I said it that it was a hot take. When I said it, I just thought everybody's with me, right? I mean, there's usually that one person that's like, "No, man, you're wrong." But in this case, I was the one person, and I'm just like, "Really? We're big deviled eggs fan? What shit?
No,
am I taking crazy pills?
No, and the majority of people in the world like deviled eggs.
Yeah, I'm learning this rapidly.
Yeah.
Because deviled eggs, as
Your
far
mind has been
my
opened.
opinion on deviled eggs is always I've just kept to myself all this time. But now, I'm like, this has kind of opened a door to what the hell, man? What is? I need to go maybe to a therapist, see what's wrong with me. What's wrong with me? If everybody's on the other side, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. I'm open to considering.
And me, apparently.
And you as well.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can save costs on that therapist. Halvesies?
We'll just have like a group therapy.
Yeah,
thing.
halvesies.
Yeah. Go to halvesies on the therapist. I mean, hey, I'm down.
Still same hourly rate, right? We just go halvesies. You don't double it. All right.
Groupon for that.
There's a Groupon.
2 for 1. BOGO.
Oh. So anyway, then of course, you have Snoop Dogg who performs in between the Jake Paul fight and the Tyson fight. And he basically does a little bit of his popular songs
Greatest
from the
hits.
past. Yeah,
Greatest
basically a quick greatest hits deal, which is great. Good performance by Snoop Dogg.
It was gin and juice in that?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, it's the mother. Yeah, all the stuff.
All of the stuff.
Smoke weed every day, all of it, and then
Smoking in.
he comes in later, and I think it was during the Jake Paul fight. He comes in as a commentator. He's not there as a commentator the entire time. You got Sugar Ray Leonard, and then Israel guy, and then
MMA?
The MMA Adesanya. Israel Adesanya.
No, you're welcome. Yeah, he's
Really one of the best fighters right now?
hot take. He's not from Israel.
No.
No.
I mean, I'm sure it's a hot take. I'll give you that.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, but those that's the commentators. You have your token white guy who's got the commentator voice or the host voice, and stuff, and randomly talking to these guys and calling them brother, which I don't know how I felt. They seemed fine, so it worked apparently. But yeah, Snoop Dogg doesn't really come in with commentary until the Jake Paul Nate Robinson fight, and then carries on, of course. He basically does the introduction for Roy Jones after his performance. You could tell he was definitely leaning or rooting for Roy Jones Jr., probably good friends or whatever. But his commentary is fantastic. He should not stop with the commentary on sporting
Yeah,
events.
it was entertaining.
Snoop, you said?
Yeah, and I know they brought him in once to do, and the Kings have done this before, but yeah, he's come in and commented on an LA Kings game before hockey, but they've also brought in Will Ferrell as anchorman, Ron Burgundy too. But
That's awesome.
But Snoop's commentary, man, it was on point,
About
funny,
The 2 uncles fighting.
and he even knew that like some of the details of boxing. It wasn't like he was just coming in throwing in just these off the wall comments. He would also make actual real color commentary about the boxing itself, which, I mean, it was poignant, man. It was pretty nice. I was like, damn, man, how's this guy smoking that much weed and just staying on track? You know?
No, actually, no, I could see him like that. Weed probably helped him see the fight better.
It probably did. It slowed the punches down. Damn it.
It's like, damn, I see every detail.
Yeah. But he'd be great as just like a guest commentator on, you know, a random, I don't know, NFL game, or maybe, you know how the NFL, like the Super Bowl has, like, now you have all these damn channels or all these 18 different ways that you can watch the Super Bowl now. He's got to be a part of one of those where
That'd
he's
be cool.
commenting on the Super Bowl, and you get him and some other guys together.
Him and Ron Burgundy.
Him and Ron Burgundy.
No, I'm serious.
Yes.
That's your commentary people for the
Hey, Snoop. Hey.
for the Super Bowl. That'd be amazing.
That would, and they would make money. People would watch it. I would watch it.
I would watch that.
Yeah, I don't even
I'd
care
watch
what
that
teams
over
are in the
Chris
Super Bowl.
Collinsworth and
Al Michaels,
Al Michaels. Yeah, I would watch
the
that.
legend,
I'd
Al
watch-
Michaels.
Okay, I like Al Michaels, but come on, you can't beat Snoop Dogg.
Are you coming out with another hot take right now? Because the Catwoman one.
Okay, come on. This
It's
one's-
like your deviled egg one.
Damn it!
We're coming out with plenty of hot takes.
Hot takes. Hot take Sunday.
This is the hot takes episode.
Hot take Sunday. So Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. come out and fight. Mike Tyson, age 54. Roy Jones Jr., 51. You're thinking, man, this ain't going to last. This is going to end early. And it was an 8-round bout, you know.
8 2-minute rounds.
8 2-minute rounds.
Oh, that's it?
2-minute rounds, which is, yes.
That's short for
epically
boxing.
short.
That's really short for boxing.
It is.
Well, I did see. Okay, I didn't see the fight. I didn't see any highlights. I saw some highlights of the Nate Robinson Jake Paul fight.
Right.
But I had to work, so I wasn't able to watch anything. But I did see that they had a rule before the match that no knockouts were allowed. Did you see that?
Before the Tyson fight?
Yeah, in the Tyson and Jones fight, no knockouts were allowed. They were basically illegalized for this fight. No one's allowed to knock out each other.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I did not
I
see
did not
that.
see
Yeah, so
Why?
I got a feeling it's maybe I went to a draw. I don't know. I guess in their age. I mean, if Tyson would have knocked out Roy Jones Jr., I don't know, would he been able to get up? There would probably be permanent damage as being
Might
as
have,
old
yeah.
as he is. As old as they both are.
I guess there is that fear
Stroke
about
out.
it.
So knockouts were not allowed this fight.
Well, I don't know.
I guess I didn't see the fight, but I'm assuming that changed how they fought very significantly.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Especially Tyson.
Well,
Because that's how Tyson would go for wins all the time. He'd just go for knockouts.
oh, of course. Yeah. Come to think of it, with his signature hits, he was coming in a lot with the left
He was
on the hooks
cutting it short, too.
and cutting them short on the right. And the right was what he was known for as far as really taking you out, the right hook and that uppercut, you know.
So now you can go back and watch that fight through a different lens. if you wanted to.
Apparently. Damn. But yeah, it comes to a draw, which, you know, you can look, Twitter, most people were just like, draw? Why the hell was that a draw? That wasn't a draw. I mean, there was an obvious winner in the fight. And if you're just going off of eye test, I mean, it was easily Tyson that won that fight last night. Roy Jones, I mean, just when you see him sitting at the corner when the round is over and just watching him breathing, or the lack thereof, he's... I'm so shit. That would be me right now if I was sitting on the, I'm laughing and stuff, but I will readily admit, damn, that's me right there. But by round 3, he had slowed down a lot. Tyson was still coming out fast, coming out aggressive. Even round 8, Tyson came out. I mean, you got to give it up to his strength and conditioning, if anything, for this match, bout, whatever, fight.
Exhibition.
This exhibition that took place, and he was in shape. He came out in the 8th round, and he was still aggressive, still boom, had his movement going strong.
Well, he has trained a lot. I know that. He put a lot on social media of him training, so
Now, numbers wise,
I'm not surprised.
they say numbers don't lie. Total punches landed. Tyson landed 67 to Jones's 37. So I don't know. That sounds like a draw.
Yes, that immediately. I mean, that's actually double the amount of hits. Like,
Right.
literally.
While Tyson threw 193 punches and Jones threw 236 punches.
So he was more efficient in his strikes. Higher percentage was landed. Okay.
Right.
This
More
Which
power,
and
more
the
power.
the
Definite.
percentage on that is Tyson landed 35% to Jones's 16%.
definite draw.
Definitely a draw.
Definitely a draw.
Fuck.
You have to go.
Double.
Shit.
I mean,
Double.
damn.
Go a ninth round.
You go double the damage on the other person. That's an immediate draw.
Just on jabs alone, Tyson landed 18% to Jones's 11%, and then power punches, Tyson landed 42% to Jones's 19%.
They had some really wise judges. They were able to see these numbers and be obviously analyze
Almost
that
like
this.
it was bullcrap.
It's almost like, man, hey, wow, this is a draw. It's almost as if this whole thing was planned out from the beginning, regardless of what happened in the
It's
ring.
almost like,
Almost.
Almost. Good on you, judges. I'm proud of you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Judges.
Shoot.
Yeah, this wasn't the booker at all. No.
No.
This wasn't the guy that booked the fight that put these in.
Well, it was, Tyson's production or whatever, so I'm sure he made 10 mil off the fight. Jones, it went up to somehow, it went from 1 to 3.
Okay.
So he
Maybe
made,
he had a guaranteed one, but depending on how the numbers looked on the
yeah. So he made a decent amount of money off this exhibition last night. I'm sure everybody did. I'm sure Snoop made his money. Don't have any numbers yet on how much pay-per-view dollars went in last night. I know it was pretty popular. People were talking about it. But so that would be interesting to me.
a lot of guys in our age
I'm looking
bracket.
that up right now.
I mean, it's worth noting because I swear, if it made a ton of money, like I said, the Pandora's box is now open.
What was the name of that pay-per-view? Like, just Tyson versus Jones?
Yeah, Tyson versus Jones.
Did Tyson's payout stay at 10? Was his a flat?
It was a
guarantee?
flat 10.
Okay.
Now, what was the name of it? It was Legends. It was Legends.
Triller? I don't know.
Yeah, it was Triller, and then it was being called the Legends something L, because I remember going, oh, okay, it's LOL. What the hell?
Legends only?
Legends Only League is what it was called. Legends Only League.
LOL.
LOL.
Yeah. Which is more appropriate? LOL.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. breaks pre-fight pay-per-view sales record.
Pre-fight record. Okay. What, and does it have a number or anything?
The pre-fight is,
Yep.
let me look at the article.
Which is significant because,
Live research, by the way.
right.
You get to- this is rare viewing.
Everybody gets it at the last second.
Yeah, this is rare.
Cracked staff.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what were you about to say?
No, I said it. It's just like that's an important number because typically everybody buys these fights right at the last second. So to have record-breaking pre-fight numbers, it's pretty telling.
Would indicate.
Yeah.
And it wasn't stupid expensive. So
No.
How much was it?
50.
That is pretty cheap for pay-per-view.
$49.99.
Yeah. Yeah. $50. You have a thing going on. It was good. Good to watch. Fun for the whole damn family.
Yes.
See some rappers talking about things.
A lot of weed.
Oh, they were sponsored by Weed Maps.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Weed Maps?
Yes, I have actually. I know some people that
Oh.
have that. I don't have it personally, but I know of it. Yeah.
Well, it was brought in part by Weed Maps.
Oh, interesting.
We're not.
Do you know what Weed Maps is?
I do now because of last night.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the storage place.
Yeah, the GPS. Yeah.
I have been.
The GPS for weed. Weed Maps.
I have been explained what Weed Maps is by someone that has it thoroughly. Except I still don't have it.
Thoroughly. They're all up in that Weed Map.
Oh yeah, they're all up in that Weed Map. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they use it every day. Okay, so they're not giving me the number on this article. All they've given me is two different things: is that Tyson made 10 million and Jones made 3 million,
Okay.
and they referred back to when Tyson bit off Holyfield's ear.
Which, by the way, when they were showing highlights last
So,
night, they did not bring up.
So this
Because
article
it's
is
Tyson's
obviously
production
really helpful, and I'm sorry I wasted everyone's time. It's not my fault.
No.
I just suck.
Yeah. Yeah, none of that was brought up last night, which
Hold on.
also leads you to believe, yes, it was Tice's production company. that
SB
put it
Nation,
on.
SB Nation, come to the rescue.
Thank
Hold
you,
on.
SB
Hold on,
Nation.
1 sec. I just saw the number.
Okay.
Around 850,000 buys were recorded on cable and satellite, while promoter Bob Arum said about 300,000 buys were activated on direct-to-consumer outlets.
Okay.
So over a million.
Over 1 million, at least for pre-fight.
And that's what. Now you take those numbers and multiply it by 50. Is that right? Ish, right?
For how much?
50
How much
yeah.
money?
Gross. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
take 1.1. No wait, 1.15
Okay.
million times.
So it made over 50 million.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, we don't
50
know,
million
we don't
coming
know
in.
What, we don't
And
know
then
what
that's
the
probably
stations get.
that's minimum because that's pre-fight, right?
Pre-fight,
Yeah,
It's
that's
all
pre-fight
pre-fight.
numbers. So they can afford to pay out the 10 and the 3, and then whatever they
Easy.
paid Snoop. I guarantee Snoop made a good cut from last night.
So
he
what?
was one of the main parts of the
Definitely.
Everyone's thinking that like boxing is like of the past, you know. It's like it's gone like there's no more draw. It's all in MMA now. It's all in football. Like but I mean, if you're making just 50 million off one fight card, and at minimum 50 million, I mean,
Well, but it's got to
Boxing-
be it's got to be interesting.
But-
is
but,
it the boxing
that's
or
what I'm
is it
saying.
the characters in it?
well, I mean that's but that's in almost any even in MMA. I'm
Oh, it's,
not,
yeah, in MMA too. They're
Yeah. so like
struggling.
So it shows me boxing still has draw. Like
No, MMA is at their best when
when
John
they-
Jones is relevant, Ronda Rousey's relevant, Conor
Conor
McGregor's relevant.
I bet they're and when like Brock was like the highest buys they ever had in a long time as well.
Right, exactly. That's exactly.
I bet they had their most buys when Conor McGregor was in his peak.
Yeah.
Oh, in
You
Ronda
can get
Rousey.
some of those
in Ronda
casual-
Rousey.
I would agree.
The casual fan factor.
Yeah, definitely. Because like
Yeah.
actually, when Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey are around the same time of their relevance.
Yeah.
And that's when they were most in pop culture.
Sure.
Because I kept hearing of like even like all over like sports and everything in pop culture, like memes, Facebook, and all that. It was all how fast Ronda Rousey could just down anyone like at any time.
Yeah. Yeah, you're always going to have your NASCAR type of hardcore fans, you know,
Oh,
MMA and stuff like that.
I
Yeah.
feel sorry for NASCAR sometimes. Like I really do.
Yeah.
It's not relevant at all anymore.
Yeah. It's hard to have.
I feel
interesting-
bad for them.
It's hard to have
Was it
interesting
really
people in
ever?
NASCAR. It really
I'd say
is.
around the Dale Earnhardt days, there was some relevance. I think some people cared about that during Dale Earnhardt days.
Junior or actual Dale Earnhardt?
dad.
Oh yeah,
Like senior.
Earnhart, your Richard
They're-
Petty. Those,
like, that was-
those were some characters.
That
right
was
there.
the peak. That was the peak.
Yeah.
And then it died off. Like Jeff Gordon got some of that. He was a little bit in that, and then after that, it's all been down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm sorry, NASCAR. I actually know a little bit about NASCAR because I was a little bit of a fan when I was a kid, but not since then.
I'm sorry.
I grew out of it. You know, like it's like
Yeah.
it's like growing out of your awkwardness. He grew out of NASCAR.
Yeah. Some meditation.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
a little bit of yoga, and
You get that, like, you get a taste of life.
See other entertainment options.
Yeah. And you get to experience some enjoyment in life, and like, oh, there's better things than NASCAR.
wow, mind blown. Wow. Well, hey, that's our take from last night's fights. Hope you watched. If not, you can watch recaps and videos. Some good stuff. It was actually pretty entertaining. I need to let you know that we are the Idiots Talk Sports, also known as Tits. And right off the bat, by the way, we did talk sports.
We did talk sports. Holy cow!
So, just
and
saying.
I would say, actually, I think we talked pretty well about the sports as well.
Just saying.
Yeah.
We did talk sports.
I think it's a good takes today. A lot
Here-
of hot takes, you know.
Yeah, here in a little while, not so much. But right now, talking some sports, man.
I think this streak can continue.
Yeah, and I need to let you know that we are brought to you in part by Rose Edda's Stone. Rose Edda's Stone. Rose Edda Stone founder Rose Edda had a vision. It began when she noticed that the name sounded similar to the popular language learning aid. At least it would sound similar once she changed her last name to Edda. Out of curiosity, Rose purchased Rosetta Stone and tried it for a day, but was quickly frustrated. It seemed it would take more than a day to learn Chinese. She thought to herself, there has got to be a way to speak to the Chinese without practicing for months. That's when she created Rosetta's Stone. With Rosetta's Stone, learning the language isn't necessary because you learn simply how to pretend. We've developed quick tutorials that can get you to fake your way through speaking other languages. Just listen to some of our satisfied customers. Bill from Springfield says, I've become increasingly paranoid that people are talking about me in Spanish. I don't like being the butt of jokes. So I decided to give Rose's Stone a try. Now, anytime I hear speaking Spanish or hear people speaking Spanish, I lean in real serious like. I squint my eyes and give them a piercing glance. I grimace slightly just to give them the indication that I can understand every damn word they're saying about me. So what does Rosetta Stone do? It levels the playing field, my friend. Now they'll think twice about talking crap in their secret code. Jill from Chattanooga, Tennessee says, I work with this lady that doesn't speak any English. She just seems really nice, and I thought, how cool would it be to speak her language? Well, I tried to learn Chinese from the other learning aid. Let me tell you, not easy. That's when I tried Rose's Stone. I started striking up a conversation with her, and it turns out she's Korean. I couldn't just throw away all that I had learned. So I still communicate using the skills learned in the program. Even if she does actually speak English, bonding with people is important. Another subscriber said, La 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 bamba, despacito la mucho gorditas, y quiero mucho señoritas bonita, burritos. Hell, if Justin Bieber can get away with it, why can't I? In less than 1 hour, you will sound like you too speak fluent Mexican, Australian, Chinese, French, Dutch, or even Californian. Rosetta Stone. It takes a lot of stones to speak a foreign language. Rosetta's Stone. Rosetta's Stone.
It's the language learning software for the everyman.
And woman.
And woman, my apologies.
Hello.
Yes. For the every person.
For the every person. So.
Your average Joe on the street, you can learn a little thing or two.
Kudos. A way to open up your cultural awareness to.
Yeah, you get to like a little taste of the world around you.
Yeah.
Branch out.
Just care just enough so you can pretend.
Just care just enough to be an asshole.
Pretty much. No. Like, you know, I mean, is that what that looks like?
Yeah, it really does.
Oh, no.
It's not that you're shitting all over their culture and language and what they grew up on.
Right.
No, it's nothing like that at all.
Yeah, wait. Anyway. So,
Did you see that?
what's happening?
Good. Someone commented on our live stream.
Oh, yeah.
Hot takes.
Hot takes? Deviled eggs. Did you hear my deviled egg take?
I think that's when he had said it, when we were doing that. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I mean, but a lot of these aren't like.
You can comment.
Who likes black
Big
licorice?
Paul, what is your thoughts on deviled eggs? Am I really the odd one out? Am I the leprosy guy here? Am I the one with leprosy? It's crazy.
Oh. Okay, so he put more on here.
Okay. Black licorice, pineapple on pizza, breastfeeding in public. Oh.
Is there a hot take on breastfeeding in public? What's the hot take?
Whether you should be allowed to or not, is it too...
More boobs, the better.
Right.
I don't know if that's a hot
Is
take.
it inappropriate There was a
That's
big.
more of a debate.
There was a big battle as far as
Like
shaming, breastfeeding shaming.
I'd say a hot take is more like an unpopular opinion.
Right. I feel bad about something. We're obviously missing someone on the show today, and I feel like I need to bring up what's going on. We do not have Drunk Tim with us today. He is on a different assignment today for the show, and thanks to Rosetta Stone, he's able to go and do this, basically research assignment right now. We'll get full results, but some of the things have come in. He was out testing to see, you know how dogs like peanut butter?
I know very well how much they like peanut butter.
He's out there researching.
How well?
He's researching how well they like it, and what will dogs not even lick? Does that make sense?
Even with peanut butter?
Even with peanut
Now
butter.
that is something I don't. Wow, what was something they wouldn't lick if peanut butter was
Well,
on it?
he was actually doing a dual experiment. His name is Drunk Tim. He was working with alcohol. He was trying to put together a shot in his ass, which he called a PB&J. He took some peanut butter,
Take a shot in his ass.
a little bit of jelly, and some rubbing alcohol. Apparently, it's very flammable.
No. When you say shot from his ass, does that mean like
A drink shot, like you're taking
like
it. He's trying to
is
reach.
Is he pouring a shot down his asshole, or
Yeah.
does he have a shot glass in his asshole that someone else takes a shot out of?
No, he is trying to drink a shot from his own ass. He's always
Like ass juice?
Oh, he's always wanted to be able to suck his own dick. He's said it I don't know how many times. This is not a hot take. I'm not making it. He said if I could Marilyn Manson it, I would do it. Take out the rib and start doing his own.
That was something Marilyn Manson had said he did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so basically he made a PB&J shot in his asshole. And if you can get the visual, he's laying on his back in U shape and he tries to basically do the rocker.
Tip it.
And try to do the tip. Now, mid-tip, while he lit it, it was a flaming PB&J. The dog would not. Apparently, the dog was going to lick, but because of the rubbing alcohol, the dogs say it's a no-go.
Rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, like even the desire for peanut butter was not strong enough. The dog refused to lick Drunk Tim's anus from his flaming PB&J.
Oh, I could see that though, because rubbing alcohol is very overpowering.
It is.
Yeah, I think you need to find that ratio, Tim, of like rubbing alcohol to peanut butter.
It's got a lot of good household uses, honestly. But when you're making an alcohol shot, not so good.
Yeah,
Not so good.
By the way, I know we at one point were looking up like really fun, like weird products on Amazon that were like really freaking weird. I now thought of like a butt plug that has a shot at the end of it. So you put a butt plug in it so you can get a shot. Like from what I said earlier with the question.
I think you're onto something. What do you
A
think?
shot glass on the end of it.
Wow.
I think Tim's going to invent that for this this research paper. Or not the research paper, this investigative reporting that he's doing. That he's going to come report back to us.
Wow. Yeah. So I'm just saying that is the quick, that's just the quick what he's out researching right now. There are some things even dogs won't lick, apparently. So, anyway, little refined taste buds. Of course, they taste, they always say you eat with your nose.
Yeah, and the dogs have the best noses.
They have the best noses, and apparently it didn't want to go near his asshole. So,
All it took was the best nose for someone to not go near Tim's asshole. Wow, y'all need some standards.
so that's why he's not here. He's busy. He's obviously busy, and we're happy for Rosetta Stone that's able to pay for him to do these kind of research.
You know, it's
projects.
funny when they were like sponsoring this.
Yeah.
They're like, we need a special report that fits our brand. Like,
Mhm.
we have the story in mind for you.
Yes.
Because I don't think anything else fits the brand better for Rosetta Stone than Tim figuring out what dogs won't lick with peanut butter.
Yeah. Yeah. God. so thoughtful. Like he just
knew.
Science.
He
It's
knew
science.
what to do in that situation.
What a scientific mind he has. So today we got some NFL action going on as we speak. And there is a game in particular, and I believe that game is going on right now. I'm scared to even look up the damn score.
What's the game specifically?
But one of the big stories today is the New Orleans Saints. No, it's the later afternoon game. I'm so sorry. But the New Orleans Saints are on the road facing the Denver Broncos.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Now, typically this would not be newsworthy because the Broncos have been mediocre at best this year. Decent defense, mediocre offense.
Mediocre at best is the best way to describe them since Peyton Manning left.
Right. Well, the offense that I just said is mediocre at best just got worse. All 4 quarterbacks for the Denver Broncos are out. They're just fucking out. Because, who do we blame? What's this asshole's name? You have multiple cards. Jeff Driscoll. Jeff Driscoll comes down with the COVID.
That sounds really
has interactions. I'm not trying to make it sound like they have sex. Like that. That's not what happened. It's not a hot take. Maybe they did. It's a locker room environment.
Anything can happen. Locker room talk gets crazy. Like you turn into action. You
But
never
they
know.
did break the NFL rules as far as engagement. Hey, that doesn't sound right either.
We're just digging ourselves into deeper holes now. Like it's no help.
Yeah, they deeper hold into each other.
Ooh.
A deeper hold into each other.
I'm not saying they all have the COVID, but they ain't messing with no brokey broke. Anyway, all 4 quarterbacks of the Broncos are out. So you're thinking, well, can they even play a football game? The NFL says, no, you broke the rules. Figure it out, assholes. Not in so much words, but basically, yeah, they're like, we're not going to let you postpone or reschedule the game. You have to play it, figure it out. So they said, well, we have a member of the coaching staff that is a recent former quarterback. Can we put him on the roster? The NFL comes out as real douchebags and says, no, you can't do that either.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Now, his name, this sounds like a made-up title, by the way. Broncos offensive quality control coach, Rob Calabrese. This is who they were trying to reinstate. And NFL said, nope.
I feel like
Figure it out.
they just wanted to give Rob Calabrese a job, so they just made up a title.
Well, the obvious question is, well, why wouldn't they dude, it's the NFL. They're getting hit. If you don't know what you're doing, it's kind of like Nate Robinson. If you don't belong in the ring, it's going to show real quick. And, homeboy might get knocked the fuck out. So why would there be a problem? Well, the NFL comes out and they said they don't want to set a precedent of players or former players being basically stashed on a coaching staff in case bad things happen.
You know what? I
go along with the protocols.
No, I can agree with that. Actually, in the NFL.
So, and they would be setting a precedent if they did. The obvious thing to me is there's someone out there that is ready to play quarterback, supposedly, who's not been given a shot, whose name is Colin Kaepernick. And
some nobody that no one ever
talks
about.
I won't go political with this thing, but I will say this. If it has ever been obvious that the NFL will not allow Colin Kaepernick to play quarterback in the NFL, it is today. How much more desperate can you get right now as a football team that you do not have any quarterbacks on the roster? And it's like, oh, Colin Kaepernick. No, hey, don't we have a former coach? Or don't we have a equipment dude?
Don't we have a guy, a wide receiver that used to
Colin Kaepernick will not be playing for the Broncos today, by the way. This just in. So if there was ever evidence that you needed, like if you were thinking 50-50, it ain't happening, okay?
It's toxic.
It is as desperate as it gets right now. Here's what the Broncos are doing today. They're bringing in, let me get his name right, Kendall Hinton. You've never heard of him, I swear to God. You've not. Unless
Even if you're a diehard college fan.
even if you're a fan of Wake Forest, you don't know who it is. That's where he played his college football at.
Maybe, but I doubt it.
They're bringing him off the practice squad. And you're like, oh, the practice squad. He was a quarterback on the practice. No. He was a wide receiver on the practice squad. Wasn't even a quarterback on the practice squad. He was a backup quarterback at the mighty dominant football establishment known as Wake Forest. He wasn't even the starter for Wake Forest.
I want to test something real quick.
Yeah.
Who is the current backup quarterback for Oklahoma? You're the most diehard Oklahoma fan I know.
Well,
you're
that
up
doesn't
there.
make me the most diehard, though.
You're up there.
And I'm starting to feel bad
You're
because I
up
don't
there,
know the
but-
answer. I know who the starter is.
Oh, yeah, everyone knows who the starter is. I know who the starter is.
But that was the point I just made.
Yeah,
Wake
but
Forest didn't know who the starter is. They don't even know who this dude is.
When you said that not even Wake Forest diehard fans know, that's what I'm testing right now.
I'm just saying, if somebody would have ever heard of his name before, it would be a Wake Forest fan,
And they probably haven't even.
and they probably haven't either. Yeah. So.
Okay. Hey,
And
test
you're
complete.
right.
Test
And you're right.
complete.
I should. And honestly, as an OU fan, I should know who the backup is, and I don't. You know, they didn't even. We'll get to that.
Well, I don't know if that's.
They took another bi-curious week. That's
it's
an inside joke from last night.
Bi-curious this way.
It's a bi.
I
It's another bi week.
kind of get it, but it probably depends on the context of what you're
Yeah,
talking
it was
about
all
at the
sorts of
time.
context last night. But yeah, I don't know who the backup is. Do you know?
I can't remember his name.
I can't
I've
either.
seen him play. He played.
Well,
he's
I don't
played
have the
this
same
season.
problem.
He's been on the field
They
this season.
did put him in. They put him in the Missouri State game, if anything, right?
Well,
He played in the Missouri State game when they were the shutout.
I kind of can and kind of can't relate to your problem
Mordecai.
because
Tanner Mordecai.
Okay,
Mordecai's
I
not
name
right.
now.
That sounds
Yes,
kinda
Mordecai.
familiar. Anyway, I can kind of can't relate to your problem 'cause I hate to say it because I've been watching them all year and I'm disappointed.
Got meth walkers.
I saw that. It's a couple.
That fucker's walking backwards.
It's a couple meth
Yeah,
walkers.
they're going north. They always go north. They always go this way. They never come this way. He's walking backwards with a girl. So,
Oh, he's going back and forth. Now he's walking like sideways.
is he changing it up?
Now he's walking like sideways in a way.
So yeah, I was looking at Vegas odds. Last I looked, there's no Vegas odds. Vegas just took it off the table. They didn't even put odds on the game anymore. They're like, nah, fuck that. We don't know. We have not scouted that guy. Shit, this could go bad.
What do you mean? You give the favorite to the Saints.
No, but you got to put a number on it.
You could put any number you want. Honestly.
What number would you think? I'll look it up again just to make sure. Just see if they haven't.
9.5.
Man, you know how much money would go in on the over on that?
A lot of money that sports betting would make.
Not if they won by 10 or more. They would lose that damn money. I am going to quickly thumb through and see, because I really am intrigued now. I just want to see if Vegas even bothered.
I'd go 14.5.
See, that would be probably a little bit better of a number.
13 or 14.5. 13.5 or 14.
I mean, remember, this is a wide receiver off the fucking practice squad.
I could see the game going me.
There's no way he knows the playbook. Like, the playbook just got condensed to like 6 plays. Hand it to him.
They have
Hand it to him.
They have good running backs in Denver.
There is a number now.
Oh, there is.
New Orleans is favored by 16 and a half.
Wow, even higher than I thought.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say 9.5. I would be like, okay, I'm selling my 401k right now, and I'm putting it all on the Saints.
Because I had gone up as high as 14.5, but then they went even
16
higher.
and a half is the number. The
So-
Saints on the road, by the way.
2 touchdowns and a field goal.
On the road. The Broncos do have a semblance of a defense, and they do have a little bit of a running game, so they can move the clock. Assuming this dude can take a handoff and not fumble it.
It sounds like he won't be able to pass down the field very well.
No, they're not throwing deep. in this game. Hell no, they are not throwing deep in
So
this game.
over under 1.5 on how many times they throw more than 20 yards in the game.
I would set the over under at 1.5.
Yeah. Okay. So would you bet the under?
I'd take the over.
You-
They're gonna try some trick shit.
You would take the over.
I think they're.
Now, how many of those?
Why
are gonna,
not try some trick?
How many of
plays?
those are gonna be thrown by?
My mentality's of the same ilk.
Everybody's gonna think that they're not. Gonna
My mentality be of the same fucking ilk. You know it's going to be one-on-one receivers. They're going to cover one. Now, you don't throw on Lattimore's side, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't throw on Lattimore's side. You send the other guy deep man-to-man because they're all playing in the box for the run.
Yep.
And it's just it's a 50-50 shot.
So how
What
many?
the hell?
How
And
many?
screens all day.
So if it's two,
Play action.
if there's two throws 20 yards more, what's the likelihood that it's a punter, or someone?
or a running back or somebody. That
Yeah,
knows
but
it.
they're- or like no, either the punter or someone that is receiving it from a flea flicker.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's not a bad idea either.
So it's like, how many
well,
of these passes
hang
would
on.
even be thrown by the quarterback?
Flea flicker is a complicated play, though, and we're talking about a guy off the practice squad. Like, it's a little more involved than you think. I mean, that shit could go wrong real fast. Like,
true.
30-yard loss.
that's 7 points to the other team all of a sudden type of shit.
I mean, well, I've also seen the play where like instead of the wide receiver going down on a route, they take a couple steps back. The quarterback throws it backwards to him. Like Odell did that play a lot.
Have you ever seen a wide receiver go down on a route? And yes, that's innuendo.
You didn't have to say that.
I feel the need to explain myself.
Going down.
Oh, shit.
Is that what it's called? A route?
Root?
No, I'm saying like in that context that you just put it,
It could be.
going down on a route.
Hell yeah.
That's a very efficient route.
Yeah.
I guess that probably depends on how good it is. If it's efficient or not. If it's an efficient route.
Well, if it's an efficient route.
It's a good
Right.
night. That's a good night.
Damn. So, other NFL news: Lions fire head coach Matt Patricia and their GM. Can't remember his name. Don't want to bother.
I did know it because I saw it.
After their Thanksgiving
I want to say
Massacre.
beat down by the lowly Houston Texans.
I want to say his first name was Bob.
It sounds like a GM name,
Yeah,
Bob.
well, yeah, Bob's
Fucking
gone.
Bob.
Bob's gone.
Yeah, Bob's gone. Well, the thing is, what's funny to me, fans can be so crude at times, but they did. They're
creative.
They're creative. Detroit fans did start sending money to Deshaun Watson's charity, the quarterback of the Texans. They were sending money to his charity, thanking him for helping get this coach and GM fired.
That's fine.
That's pretty fun.
That's hilarious, actually. Yeah. That's really good. But as an analyst, I would say that the main problem, I said main, the main problem with the Lions was actually not Patricia. He wasn't great, but there was the GM. They named the
Patricia has not been great the entire time.
No, he's not been great, but it's been the pieces he had. Name the last good roster that the Lions had. Honestly, they've had nothing the past 5 years or more.
Man, it's a quarterback league. Supposedly you have the quarterback, right?
Kinda.
Like their organization's been, and it's not just the coach and the GM. It's higher than that. Your organization's been so bad. Anytime you have a legendary player, they want out or they just want to retire early.
Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Two of the best at their position of all time. Right? And they're
Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, top 10.
That's big time.
Is he top 10?
He might be.
Ooh, I don't know. I was about to say top 5, then I went up to top 10. Because I think I could fit five receivers above Calvin Johnson. Maybe. Oh, that's tough.
Well,
that's tough.
And
That's
I'm
really
strictly
tough.
also going off of just talent-wise too, by the way. So
Yeah, so am I.
I mean, think about what his numbers could have been if he was not in Detroit. It's like the age-old.
Calvin Johnson's a weird one.
It's like the age-old. What would have Barry Sanders' numbers have been if he didn't have to run behind the Lions O-line all those years?
I mean, for the longest time, anytime the debate of the best running back ever happens, I always hear the argument of like, oh, what if Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith switched? Like,
Yeah.
it very,
But see, Barry.
I hear that
Barry,
all the time.
But Barry didn't even need to switch with Emmett because arguably that was one of the best O lines of all time that Emmett Smith had.
Yeah.
He just needed a solid O line. He didn't need the greatest of all time O line. Like, I don't even know what would have happened. Because he obviously would have had great blocks up front, and now he's in the open field and can make the moves that he makes.
Well,
instead of making him in the backfield that he had to do.
Exactly, yeah.
To get 4.
Shit, he'd probably make numbers that could not be broken by running backs at that point. I don't know.
That's possible.
I'm just saying a decent line, you know? Anyway, so game of the day, in my opinion.
In my opinion, too, because we talked about it earlier.
Yeah, Chiefs are on the road in Tampa facing the Buccaneers.
It's a great story.
Mahomes, Brady, the new
Like the current
guy,
GOAT, the
yeah.
current considered GOAT, perceived GOAT, is Tom Brady.
Right.
And everyone has already pinned Patrick Mahomes as the future GOAT.
Successor.
Yeah, he's the successor to be the greatest of all time.
Right.
And this is the 4th time they've met. That's crazy.
That is
I didn't even
crazy.
realize that, but that's crazy.
Chiefs are favored by 3.5 on the road, so that's pretty significant.
Wow.
That's significant. Home team, like I said, typically gets 3, so that's that means
don't-
Vegas believes the Chiefs are going to go in and win this football game.
I don't know if I want to touch this game. Because it really depends on what week you get the Buccaneers of how good they're going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they've been very consistent this year, but they've also been like, wow, that's a Super Bowl team. And then the next week, I'm like, oh, this isn't even a playoff team?
Yeah. A lot of people
Was it
want
last week that Brady did terrible?
Yeah, I think so.
He's been hit and miss, and a lot of people want to see this as the Super Bowl matchup. I mean,
it's possible.
I
but
don't know
also-
that
I
that's
don't-
really how that's going to work
Well,
out.
who's going to
but
beat him in the NFC that I'm forgetting? Who's the
Anybody from the West could beat the Buccaneers right now, I feel like. Well, except for the 49ers, who, because of injuries, but like the Seahawks,
Cardinals?
the
I
Cardinals,
can see
and the
Cardinals.
Rams. The Rams,
I can see that too. Actually.
the record for the Rams is underrated, but their defense is really solid, and offensively, they're efficient. They're not great, but they're efficient.
There is an obvious favorite that I am forgetting, and I actually think they're really good as the Packers.
And they play tonight.
The Packers are really
That's
solid
the
this
Sunday
year.
night game. They play
Packers
the
are
Bears
solid.
in Green Bay. The Packers at home against the Bears.
That should be a game. That's like one of the best offenses versus the best defense. One of the best defenses. That should be a good game.
Packers are favored by 8.
Wow.
That's a lot of points.
Well, they don't have an offense. Bears don't have an offense. It's
They
the
really
problem.
don't. It's
Yeah,
sad.
It's the problem.
It is sad. They're such wasted talent on the defensive side of the ball right now for the Bears. But
It's
we've
so
seen this before, by the way.
one-sided. Well, this is the Bears, like
Bears.
every 2 to 3 seasons. This is the
We
Bears.
have seen this movie before. But yeah, Packers favored by a full 8 points at home against the Bears tonight, Sunday Night Football. It's a lot of points.
I don't really want to touch that Chiefs Broncos game and predicting the spread or the over under.
I know.
That's really tough.
What do you think about that Saints 16.5, man? Would you take the over? Do you think the Saints win by a full 17 or more? You almost think they should. They're on the road, though. And the Saints notoriously are not as great on the
Do they have
road.
Michael Thomas back?
I don't know. I
I
can
think
look it
they
up
do.
real fast.
I think they do because he's on my fantasy. I think they do.
Okay.
I actually, yeah. I'll take the Saints on the over. I'll take the Saints on over. It's always easier to take bets when the number's high.
Yeah.
It's always easier. I don't know why.
Like they're showing their...
I feel like it's easier.
Yeah. Saints have got... Yeah, it's not saying. So, anyway, doesn't say. 16.5. There is actually a number for any of you gambling guys out there, or gals. So, 49ers play the Rams today in L.A.
Taking
Rams
the
are
over.
favored by 5.5.
Rams and who?
Rams and Niners.
I would take.
Rams are... see, the Niners are not bad. Really, the only thing killing the Niners right now is just injuries all year.
Nick Bosa's still out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's out the rest of the season.
I will
so.
take Rams.
So there's that. That's
I'll take the
NFL.
I'll take the Rams to cover that.
Got some interesting games today. Definitely want to watch. Yeah, some good stuff going on NFL wise. Very interesting.
It's a great like the Chiefs and the Buccaneers. Chiefs is my favorite team, obviously. So
Yeah,
I mean that it's already a great week already. I'm probably gonna be watching that or listening to that on the car.
yeah. All right. Well, we are the Idiots Talk Sports, also known as TIDS. We are brought to you in part by Jaeger. Jaeger, frat boy tested, frat girl approved.
Well, I don't think it's approved by a frat girl, but you know.
Well, in the moment.
I feel like Jaeger's your go-to for roofies.
It's German for roofie.
Yeah, so if you're gonna put a roofie in anything, it's a Jaeger bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I don't know Anyway. So, we're also brought to you in part by the Dollar Store. The Dollar Store. Laugh now, but you wipe your ass with their toilet paper long enough, you'll be wiping it with dollar bills eventually. The Dollar Store. Okay.
I just didn't get it.
All right.
I'm not
It saved
smart.
you a lot of money.
I wasn't smart.
It saved you a lot of money.
I wasn't smart enough.
Hey, and we're the Idiots Talk Sports, also known as Tits, and we're brought to you in part by face masks. Fashion face masks, that is. Fashion face masks. That's right. Fashion and face masks. Same sentence. Fashion face masks.
That's what they're really
Yeah.
really trying to
Yeah.
convince some people.
All right. Okay, also brought to you in part by Fashion Face Masks. Fashion Face Masks. Face masks made for every holiday. They have the packaging that says every holiday on them. All made in China. You know what that means. That means as soon as the pandemic hit, some guys in China were in a board meeting and said, quote, "We'd better tool up the line to start printing for the holidays." And now your kid looks really fucking cute wearing that Santa Claus over his stupid face. Fashion face masks.
I actually went way deeper and conspiratorial than you think it did.
It's a thing, you know. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
man. All right, so we're moving along. We are deeper into the show than I figured we would be at this point. So man, I'm gonna try to keep moving this thing. But that would require me to look at the right note card. This one.
You know, I'm with Paul
Yes.
on the comments.
Yeah.
I think we should have a segment of Hot Take Sunday. We should have a hot take at least once a week.
That'd be easy. We've already got a list.
Yeah, just do a segment of a hot take.
And now we have a hot take.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Like it.
Some NCAA football happened yesterday, kind of. And also happened Friday as well because it's Thanksgiving weekend.
Are you sure it happened yesterday? I'm hard to believe. Hard to believe.
I feel like it happened more on Friday than it did yesterday, really. There was some better games on Friday. Thanksgiving week, they always do the Friday games, and they just kind of take it into the weekend. You had some good matchups. Of course, the University of Oklahoma did not play. That game was postponed.
Again, are you sure anything happened yesterday?
No. I mean, if OU didn't play, then nothing. Not a damn thing happened yesterday. No. The Iron Bowl was yesterday. I know the University of Alabama, without Coach Nick Saban there to watch because of COVID, beat the living hell out of Auburn yesterday. I do know that much.
It was a good day yesterday. Know why?
Oh, God.
Kansas play?
Oh, God, no. That was the worst part of my day yesterday.
Oh,
Are you
saved his
kidding
day.
me? Oh, my gosh. I was so upset. I could go on a rant about KU. I'm not going to. They're not worth it. They're not worth it. They're so historically
That's
bad.
sad.
There's Les Miles. You're supposed to turn this around. You're not doing anything. Okay. Sorry.
It takes
Iowa
time.
State beat Texas yesterday.
Did they?
Friday.
It was a
did they?
good
Friday.
It was a good day. And then also the Pac-12 can eat shit because Oregon lost. There goes their playoff hopes out the window.
Iowa State, man.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
Pac-12 and your indecisiveness and your really weird policies on COVID.
Yeah.
What?
There is a
You're
real
no longer in the playoffs.
There is a real threat right now that Tom Herman could be or will be fired out of Texas after that loss to Iowa State. At home, by the way, in Austin, Texas on Friday. Number 13 Iowa State does win 23-20 against ranked number 17 Texas. It's not just the fact that they lost, it's the way they lost because Iowa State is poor clock management for one. They let Iowa State score, but then they have the ball and they just do everything wrong to try to score, and like they can't even get the kicker in range. They do this hapless out route. The quarterback, you've got your veteran quarterback. He's missing the pass. It was still technically catchable, but it was an awful pass to the guy on the out route. If he catches it, they're within the kicker's range. And remember, the kicker's name is Cameron Dicker. Dicker the kicker. He's still the kicker for
He's
Texas.
an unstoppable force.
Well, then he's got no one to throw to. Takes the fucking sack. He takes the sack, which puts them further away from Dicker the kicker's range.
Poor veteran move, honestly.
So they go and they set up for. They only have 2 seconds left. They can only do what they can only do. They don't use their timeouts appropriately. And of course he booms it. He misses it. It goes, I think it's wide left or whatever. But they can't even take it into overtime. But it was just pure shit. And like Ellinger's supposed to be the quarterback, the Big 12 all-team quarterback, right? Because there's really no one to choose from. This is your veteran guy. He can't do clock management. He's taking a fucking sack towards the end of a big game like this. It's just embarrassing for Tech. I mean, I love it. I love watching it. It's hilarious to me. But it's just embarrassing. It really is. They should, at the bare minimum, they should have taken this game in overtime. But they had no reason to lose this football game.
So Tom Herman's not going to be there.
Yeah, I doubt it.
He's not going to be there.
No.
You know what? Hey, I'll take him. Come to KU just to fail in 2 years.
No,
and
keep
get
Les
fired
Miles. Give him time. Isn't this his first year?
Second.
Give him time.
I do have a rule with college football coaches. I give them 4 years because that by then their first recruiting class are seniors. You see it. You see how that coach has developed them. If your seniors at that point are not what you want out of a player, then that coach has obviously not developed them correctly.
There you go.
You go on to the next coach.
Hate Notre Dame all you want. They keep proving their worthiness. They go to North Carolina on Friday. They win 31-17.
I don't know if that was directed at me because I didn't consider their win Clemson relevant.
No. There's a lot of people that hate Notre Dame, and they're like, and there is a lot of banter. There's a lot of talk. They're like, they're shit. They're not that
Notre
good.
Dame hate? I didn't know that.
Really? They're pretty polarizing, man. Notre Dame
throughout history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Notre Dame's pretty polarizing.
Who hates Rudy?
It's more about Notre Dame and the touchdown Jesus and all that stuff. They don't. Yeah, it's.
How could you hate Rudy? Like that's immediately what I think of Notre Dame.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't hate Rudy. But as you mentioned, Oregon loses to Oregon State. So now Pac-12. I think that was their one hope, their one shining hope was Oregon getting in, and now they're gone.
At the beginning of everything started, there was 2 hopes, which was USC and Oregon.
Yep.
This is in my mind how much I don't have any faith in USC. I don't even know any of USC's games. I'm already assuming they lost 1 or 2. I really have no idea.
That might be fair.
So I mean, I in my mind, Oregon was the last hope, and they just lost. I don't even know about USC, but I'm already assuming they lost something.
Yeah.
Because they do it every year.
Now, Oklahoma State played yesterday, and they were in an absolute shootout with Texas Tech. I don't know if did you see in the highlights?
Nope.
Okay.
I've been a busy man.
Okay. Well,
I wish I wasn't because I love just watching football and college football. That was my. Me growing up. That's what I did.
A lot of back and forth.
And I miss it.
Oklahoma State is able to win the game. They win 50-44, like I said, in a shootout. It usually is between the two of them.
Usually when Texas Tech is involved, it's going to be a high-scoring game because they're always bad at defense and great at offense, regardless of who's in there.
There you go. Well, and OSU is supposed to have one of the better defenses in the Big 12, but
it's the Big 12 though.
It's the Big 12.
It's the Big 12.
What are you gonna do?
There's no such thing as a good defense in the Big 12. You could ever
holding them to 44 points was probably a good.
It was a win.
Ian, that's kind of funny and like joking, but at the same time, it's kind of serious.
They held them to only 44 points.
I mean, like I said, it's the Big 12. You can't take defensive numbers at face value in the Big 12 because the offense is so high potent.
Yeah. Now Trevor Lawrence was back yesterday, and the Jets are salivating. Although I think Trevor Lawrence has made it known he might opt out if the Jets who
Really?
are and whatever. They're tanking. They're going for the Trevor Lawrence right now, which is stupid because they have a quality quarterback already at the Jets. It's just the surrounding parts suck. So, but it's the Jets. We're not expecting them to make good
Do
choices.
you know how bad the Jets are poorly ran? Do you remember when freaking Sam Darnold got mono?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep, he did.
How does that even happen in the modern NFL?
I don't know. But Clemson, he comes out. Trevor Lawrence, first game back, throws for over 400 yards. And they beat University of Pittsburgh 52-17. And he put that Lawrence stamp on the Panthers. I'm just envisioning putting hey, Panther. He put his stamp on him.
Like a brand.
Says brand. High-scoring game last night, Texas A&M versus LSU. A&M pulls out 20-7.
Damn, LSU.
Yeah,
Man,
LSU
suck.
the struggle
They
is real.
fell hard.
The
They were at
struggle
the
is
peak.
real.
They were at the peak of the summit of the NCAA football.
Yeah, a lot of postponements, a lot of games that whatever. So anyway, but yeah, that's NCAA football from Friday and yesterday. The playoff is starting to begin to mold and come together. See if we're gonna end up having two SEC teams in that thing. Probably the most likely scenario at this
Always.
point. So
Always.
Who's the two right now? Alabama and who's the other one?
Alabama and Florida's looking really good right now.
So you put Ohio State out of there? Or
Ohio State, I think there's a weird rule actually that might keep them out.
really?
They
I don't
have
know
to
this.
win. Crack research, but I think they have to win at least 6 conference games to make it into the playoff, and they're only playing 5 conference games.
That's a problem.
Oh, wow.
So what's funny is because of the postponements and stuff, I'm pretty sure we can agree they're the best team in the Big Ten. Like they won't even be allowed to play in the Big Ten championship because of this rule.
Huh.
It would end up being as it is right now. I think Northwestern and Indiana, as it is right now. How weird is that?
That's really weird.
Of course, Ohio State's already beaten Indiana. They haven't played Northwestern yet, but I think we know how that ends. So there's potential because of a loophole or whatever you want to call it. Ohio State doesn't make it to the playoff because of that type of deal. But
COVID's weird.
COVID has been weird, not gonna lie. It's changed some things. It's the new normal.
Screws
And
everything
not-
up.
It's
not
the
for
new
better.
normal.
It's not changed anything for the better.
Yeah, I agree. So, all right. So I'm gonna skip the orgy story.
Wow, that's.
Is that a carrot dangle right there?
I don't know, because usually you just mention orgy in anything, it's rather significant.
Yeah,
Give it
Yeah.
the Cliff Notes version.
maybe. Yeah,
A light synopsis.
New York City's really been dealing with some shit lately. Like New York City's really trying to become the new Florida right now. They got their Florida man. New York
Well,
City's
they'd have
like
a lot of work to do.
they're trying to one-up it.
New York already has a weird reputation anyway,
Sure.
but I mean nothing weird compared to Florida.
Right. Well, and, look, you got a lot of people in a small space.
Mm-hmm.
They're contained. They're quarantined. They're trying to take this COVID stuff seriously, so they're starting to kind of lose their minds. Police have kind of responded to some weird stuff lately. They about 3 weeks ago, they had to deal with a guy that had a flamethrower on a bus, standing literally on top of a bus with a flamethrower.
What a badass!
This is like some Batman shit.
What a legit badass.
Right? They had to break up a fight club. There was an actual fight club going on in New York City. They had to break that shit up.
When you're bored in quarantine,
And
what
I've
else
already
you
broken
gonna
the
do?
first rule, apparently, by mentioning it. And the second rule. But yeah, they had to break up a fight club. Anyway. My phone just says the SIM card went dead. And now my phone's doing whatever the fuck it's doing right now. So I would just
You know what?
just keep you updated.
Oh my god! As soon as I said that, big Paul just his hot take is I do think COVID has changed some things for the better. I was legit thinking about saying Tell me some things that is changed for the better, and then we can talk. So,
You don't think it has?
the only thing I think it's probably done some better is in the medical field, but beyond that. If we're talking literally, it's probably changed the procedures on how you do things sanitary wise and like taking precautions before certain things happen.
Yeah.
Backup plans for
Cleaner airplanes.
Yeah.
Movie theaters.
Yeah.
Because they used to be
And so
disgusting.
Yes.
And the medically, I bet it's changed some things of like how we're perceiving the future.
Yeah.
But who gives a shit about that? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well,
I'm
but
kidding.
people rebel against the shit too. I don't know that it's truly changed a lot of the stuff for the better because, I mean, people are going to be, I mean, hell, it's funny that we're saying this on top of this story. The police have to break up an orgy in New
Which,
York City
to me, sounds very unsanitary.
all around.
And the guy that was participating.
And the guy
What do you do, like?
that was participating.
Well, like 2 girls, 1 cup scenario.
Well, apparently.
How testing your guys' age? You test my age, how young I am.
Oh.
Do you guys know what 2 girls, 1 cup is?
I've never heard of it.
Okay, yeah, you're old. I can't say it on camera.
lying.
I will tell you later.
Oh, okay. You'll tell me? You're not going to show me what it is?
Is that where they share a...
No, hell no, I'm not showing you what it is.
Is that where they share a chocolate sundae?
That's a very
One
PG
cup?
way of
One
putting
cup?
it. That's a very PG way of putting it. And then
It's not chocolate.
and then it
sundae?
continues into something even worse after that.
Yeah, I heard it was like
I've never
commercial for
seen it.
Brahms?
Yeah,
But-
Brahms.
I've never seen it, but at my age, I've been described the whole thing by people that have.
Oh.
So I don't need to see it because you're in high school, people look at weird shit. I mean, that's what happens.
Well, last Sunday morning, Sheriff's Department for New York City had to break up an orgy in Queens. It hosted up to 80 people, they said, which is obviously is breaking the 10 or less rule that's going on in New York City.
Well, we wore our face masks.
Damn, that's a lame orgy.
Yeah, hello. So, anyway, they were also breaking.
Eyes wide shut.
It almost reminds you a little bit of some
Mouth wide
prohibition
shut.
shit because they were breaking alcohol laws too. You're serving that much
Okay.
alcohol to that many people, you have to have a license at that point. So there's some issues there as well.
Wait, how many people were in the orgy again? I didn't hear
80.
that.
We 80 plus was really what Sheriff's Department said.
Bring
That's
your
not,
own
that's not
beer.
an orgy. That's like a sexual rave at that point. Yeah, that's beyond orgy. That's like mass hysteria fucking. I mean, like,
Yeah. Anyway, so it's a swingers joint called Caligula. It's an actual place you can pay.
Wow.
They have rates. Yes, I did write them down. They have rates. You can you have rooms. You can if you're doing a mass orgy, I don't know why you need like a side room. Like,
Yeah,
are
it's
you
true.
just really into this person?
Then why are you going to an
Branch
orgy?
off.
Yeah, like, are you in the orgy or are you out of the orgy? Like, I don't get it. Like, are you in? You out? Yeah, like this
Are
is a
you
fan
in and
favorite.
out, in and
It's
Yeah,
legit
yeah,
going to a
yeah,
party
yeah,
just to go
yeah.
drink in the corner. I mean, like,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the place is called Caligula, New York City. It offers services. There is a price sheet with rates. 2 of the organizers and 1 patron was charged with misdemeanor. Manager was hit with fines up to $16,000 for violating, of course, emergency measures and, of course, alcohol infractions, serving alcohol to that many people without a license. Can't do it. They
Sound like
take
he's
that shit serious.
Still made out all right.
16 grand, he probably made more than that. Who knows?
Just on the alcohol.
In case you're wondering, well, what are the rates on that? I'm going to New York City. And, for 10 minutes, it's $30.
whoa, that's a high rate.
So you better be ready.
I've always
Like, you
heard
better
like,
be ready to go.
like orgies are like they
Take
usually
the
last like
Viagra
all
ahead of
night.
time.
At least that's what I hear. I don't know.
Now, prices get a little better as time goes on. For 20 minutes, $50. Now, how do I know this? Because officers took pictures, which I don't have I should have sent.
That's gross.
But there's a picture of like this whole thing of condoms in packages, and then the sheet with the rates, the thing. So it's like, and I was just like, well, shit, I'll write this shit down.
They published the rates.
They published the rates. That was really kind of the police to do that.
Yeah,
They only arrested 3 people, though. With they 80 plus? That means they let the rest of them scatter like roaches.
Misdemeanors.
And misdemeanors.
That's good marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's promo.
It is a
It's
promo.
a promo expense.
And we're helping them out with it.
Yeah.
Brought to you in part by Caligula, which is a notorious Caesar descendant, I believe. Anyway, you know what? Known for his debauchery. $60 will get you half an hour. See, I'll give you a little more than you ever thought you'd ever get from that.
It's getting reasonable.
$60.
1 hour?
Yeah, $30 for 10 minutes is bullshit.
1 hour.
$60 for half an hour. Does that add up?
How much is an
No,
hour?
it's better.
How much is the hourly rate?
Why'd they even charge him
Hey,
per 10 minutes anyway?
You
That
need
sounds
some
a little-
time to
wanna
warm
be-
up.
It's like nickel and dime.
Yeah,
right
you
there.
need some time to warm up.
Yeah.
Damn, 10 minutes.
It's like a little foreplay. God.
Shit, your
I need
clothes are
time to
coming
get
off
hard.
immediately, $75, you get 40 minutes. $90, you get 50 minutes. And then for the full hour,
$100.
full shebang, $100. Now,
Uh,
how much to stay the night? I need a hotel.
That'd be a lot.
How much to stay the night? $500 will keep you overnight with a group of orgy having. Just
sounds reasonable.
you better bring some Monster Energy
That's
drinks.
actually not a bad deal
Sounds
because it was
reasonable.
an hour. It was $100 per hour.
Unless you sleep that off.
So that'd be like if you went by that'd be 8 hours. That'd be $800.
Let's say you use the hour and you sleep the rest off. You just wasted $400.
Yeah,
But
man, that's some good deals over there. Caligula.
Not bad.
Caligula,
Tempting.
where it's happening. Meet some friends. I wonder if they're all Facebook
Share
friends
some
now.
fluids.
They just all stand like, yeah, we're now Facebook friends. Like more than that, we're closer. We're an orgy team. I mean, not really. Nothing.
They have them at Harvard.
Yeah.
Orgy teams.
Orgy teams.
That sounds like something. They
Team
have.
orgy.
How would you have a competition of that of orgy teams? So I'm thinking of like a rowing team. They like different prep schools go over to like face each other. How would that be in Never mind.
Friendly
I'm going way too deep in that.
I don't know.
Way too deep. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Going deep at Caligula. All right. So it's getting close to time. We need to come to a happy ending, if you will. I need to bring up, there is a Playboy model in Russia who's defending the Russian team soccer captain who was suspended and cut from the national team for bringing embarrassment to Mother Russia, if you will, because a video leaked out of him masturbating. And her argument was, hey, everybody masturbates. Now, of course, she said it in probably a much sexier, if I was using Rosetta Stone, then I would do it a little bit better. But like in a Russian, like an accent, like a sexy.
I would go as far as to say she did it in the Russian language.
Ooh, she probably did. I've seen her Instagram.
Not just
she
an accent. I
types a whole lot of weird letters. them weird damn letters,
Those weird communist little.
I can't read that
things,
shit. I
squigggle
don't know
lines.
what is it. A symbol? Is that some calligraphy from Caligula? Shit. Anyway, great to feast on the eyes though. But yeah, she's backing him.
Okay,
saying, yeah, everybody masturbates. Leave
Everybody-
the man alone.
Everybody masturbates, but does everybody film themselves masturbating, or is someone else filming him?
Not everybody's has leaked out. Well, I mean, the video-wise.
So you are making the argument that everyone films themselves.
If you are failing at masturbating, then seek help. I don't have a hotline number. Actually, I do. What's Paul's number? What's Big Paul's number?
What's it? No,
Big Paul's still watching.
So
I got a hotline number.
why would you call this hotline number again?
Help! I can't leak out. I'm masturbating, and I can't leak out.
I'm giving you a little sample. Happy ending.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
That's a bonus. It's a bonus.
Oh, we need a little boner, a little bonus. But yeah, so he was.
I want some.
Her name,
I really
her name
want
is Maria Limon.
I really want the operator of that hotline to passionately care about their job.
Oh yes. Oh, what seems to be your problem, sir? Yeah.
I would pay just to listen to that. I wouldn't even be masturbating. I would just be enjoying that.
Just in Russian, you don't even know what the shit she's saying. Oh, that is a taste right there.
I'm gonna give a little more.
Now, her name is Maria Limon. She is, in fact, Playboy model. She has got curves. Not gonna lie, she has got the curves.
She's got curves that define curves.
Got a few photos, honestly, for her. And then, but anyway, she's taking up for the team captain. Otherwise, we wouldn't really care. It's soccer. It's Russia. Who cares?
Who cares about hot women? Like, honestly, though.
Well, I wasn't going that far. Okay. All right. Damn.
Hey, I was just going
Just because I don't like deviled eggs.
I was going by your logic, and I just expounded upon it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Hey, just a reminder. Hey, if you're watching right now, you're loving it, please subscribe. You'll get notified every time we do a show. Click the bell. We're trying to grow our YouTube audience, which is low.
The bell is the most important part of that whole statement. Hit the bell.
Is it really?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that.
Get notified every time that we even breathe.
That's, yes. Yeah, it does that on my phone. I was like, all right, ding. Damn it. Breaks it up. Hey, we're the Idiots Talk Sports, also known as Tits. We're brought to you in part by Jaeger. Jaeger, German for me too.
Hashtag Jaeger.
Yeah. Also, we are brought to you in part by the Dollar Store. The Dollar Store. The only place where Sam's Choice feels like a name brand product.
That's cool. Yeah, no, that's not cool. It's like, yeah, that's true. It's like, yeah, I'm going to splurge a little bit, get a little best choice. I'm a
Dr. Thunder.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
And also brought to you in part by the Dollar Store. The Dollar Store. If you are ever sad for any reason whatsoever, just remember that wedding decor is sold at the Dollar Store.
That's just sad.
Yeah. Also brought to you in part by Fashion Face Masks. Fashion Face Masks. Is that really what my breath smells like right now? It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Have some gum.
Breath don't lie.
Peppermint, something.
Another bonus.
Thank you. Bring it. Hey, we want to thank
Emphasis
you all
on
for
the
watching. We are the Idiots Talk Sports. We hope that you have enjoyed today's episode, all the crap that we've been talking.
Whoa.
We actually talked sports today.
Is that legal?
We talked sports and orgies, which I think is a sport.
It can be.
Yeah, I think an orgy is a sport.
I don't think you'd have to be pretty athletic to be good at an orgy.
You need a certain amount of stamina.
Yeah.
So
How flexible you are?
you got to stay hydrated. Dude, you'll start cramping.
Yo, Gatorade is probably like the version of steroids for orgies.
Just saying. But we
Those
appreciate,
electrolytes, man.
we do
PEDs.
appreciate you watching. That is our happy ending right there. Holy God, that is awesome.
Just a taste.
Russia, Mother Russia. But we want to thank you again. We'll be back next week. Hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Hope you had some great turkey, hitting up some Cyber Monday deals coming up tomorrow, Black Friday, Caucasian Wednesday. I don't know. There's all sorts of stuff coming up. So take advantage. We're full into the holiday season. And until next time, we are the Idiots Talk Sports. Thank you very much.
Another happy ending.
Another happy ending for you.
Man, we have just been piled on with the happy endings today.
Hey,
I didn't think I could just handle just one happy ending. We're getting
I feel like you are complaining about that.
I'm not complaining. I'm just like, whoa.
I had to share.
Like usually I'm just finished, like done on one. But
I mean, yeah.
my stamina is being tested today.
Did you drink your Gatorade?